What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we're going to be talking about the price of Bitcoin. So as you'll notice, we have some changes here on this channel. I'm updating the quality of the content going into the new year here, going into 2020. So recently we've seen Bitcoin see continued upside. We are still below major resistance, although we are seeing some bullish moves. A lot of the top altcoins are also finding support at these levels. So we're going to be going over the price of Bitcoin. We're going to be going over some of the top altcoins. Right now, I'm looking at the asset card list here on CryptoWatch, and we can see that most of the top coins are seeing some nice upside. Also, Ripple is currently up over 11% right now, and Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and others are seeing good percentage gains today. Before we get started, definitely click that link below. Sign up for the CryptoWatch platform. It's the platform that I use in all of my videos. There are a few links down below if you want to know more about it. Now let's hop right into the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin currently trading above $7,500. If you're just looking at the formation that we've been in, Bitcoin has been, pretty much just trading within this downward sloping price channel. And recently we have been seeing a lot of sideways action. Bitcoin has not yet actually broken above resistance. We are still holding below our resistance here. We have resistance at $7,700 and $7,800, and ultimately $8,000 is that level that we need to be getting above if we're going to be breaking resistance. Since mid-November, we saw Bitcoin come to retest $6,400. And we found significant support at this level. If we just back out to the weekly chart, we can see that 6,400, the level that we're at right now, was major market structure back in 2018, right? So the bulls need to hold above this level, and right now it looks like the bulls are holding this level. This is a very significant area to hold above because we have historic support at this level, and if the price does end up trending below 6,400, very likely 6,400 will become a new resistance level. But for now, the bulls are holding above that level, and that is a really good sign. So just moving back to the daily chart, Bitcoin is still, we haven't actually created a higher high yet. We're still just getting a lot of sideways action. Although there is an argument to be made that Bitcoin could be creating, or could have already formed, an inverse head and shoulders pattern. We see left shoulder here at 6,400, right shoulder here at 7,000, and then just above 6,400 would be the head. Of course, these two lows are pretty close to one another, although technically this is a lower low here. So this could actually pass as a inverse head and shoulders, which would indicate an increase of momentum for the bulls, that the selling pressure is beginning to die down, and the bulls are beginning to gain some momentum. And there is obviously an argument to be made about that. We can see, just looking at the volume here, we've seen a lot of accumulation. The bulls have been accumulating a lot at these levels, sitting above major historic market structure. And if the bulls can hold this level, this would be a really, really good sign for the long term. Let me explain what I mean by that. Just looking at the Bitstamp chart here, we're looking at Bitcoin historically going through halving periods. Both of the past two halving periods are depicted on the chart. We can see that in both previous halving periods, we have one parabolic advance, two parabolic advances, and then we break the all-time high, right? Same thing happened in 2016 here. We have one parabolic advance, two parabolic advances, and then we break the all-time high. And right now, Bitcoin is sitting on one parabolic advance. And we are at the exact same point in time as we were in all other halving periods, where we are just a few months away from the halving, and we've seen our first parabolic advance. Now, just like all other halving periods, we do get a lot of sideways action after each parabolic advance. Let me just move in here closer so you guys can see this. After each parabolic advance, Bitcoin sees 3 to 4 months of sideways action. On the first one here, coming out of the bear market low. On the next one, we see 3 to 4 months of sideways action here as well. This is back in 2012. And then we break the all-time high. And if we just move over to 2015, 2016, we can see that off that first parabolic advance, we see 3 to 4 months of sideways action here, right here in 2016. And off the next parabolic advance, another 3 to 4 months of sideways action, and then we break the all-time high. And now, looking at where we are right now for Bitcoin, we're seeing an extremely similar pattern take place here, where we're moving into the halving period, and we're beginning to see that sideways action, right? So if Bitcoin sees that sideways action here going into May, going into the halving, and then, we have that next major parabolic advance, bringing us up to potentially $20,000 before the next major resistance test, and then it attests back to retest the previous high here at 12 to 13,000, right? This is the most likely scenario, in my opinion, for Bitcoin to take if we are going to be entering a healthy halving period. We get that 3 to 4 months of sideways action before, we break to the upside here. The timing is tough. It's possible that, maybe we get sideways action, we rally up into the halving, and then we sell off going into the halving. But people buying the rumor, selling the news. Of course, there's going to be a lot of FUD during that period if something like this were to take place. But ultimately, I think Bitcoin would be good to go if we can hold above this upward sloping trend line. In all other halving periods, we hold above an upward sloping trend, right? We hold above an upward sloping trend. We've been talking about this for many months now, guys. In this halving period here, the best case scenario would be that we hold above this upward sloping trend, bringing us into the halving, bringing us up to the all-time high and breaking the all-time high. And of course, just like all these other halving periods, we have 3 steps. 1, 2 parabolic advances and then an all-time high break. 1, 2 parabolic advances and then an all-time high break. And right now we are sitting on 1 parabolic advance, looking for that next parabolic advance. But of course, before then, we need to see that sideways action. It's important to see the price consolidate within this region before we get any sort of major move to the upside. And I think that's what's most likely going to be happening here. Now, of course, guys, if we can't hold 6,400, if Bitcoin drops below 6,400, this level right here, which is significant market structure, then very likely we're going to have the worst performing halving all time, and 6,400 would end up acting as a resistance level, and then Bitcoin would be actually seeing some long-term stability here. Very likely at that point, it would take another year or two before Bitcoin actually gets enough support and gains enough demand for the next major push to the upside, right? So the bulls need to hold above 6,400, that significant market structure here from 2018, if we are going to have a healthy halving period. Right now, things look pretty good. If we're just taking a look at Ethereum here, Ethereum is also seeing some support coming to the market. What we're seeing right now is obviously these price levels, Ethereum coming back to test $116, $120, $125, and now bouncing up to $140. This is an area where demand is increasing for some of these top altcoins, right? The market is coming to a consensus that these are good enough price levels to begin reaccumulating again. And same thing goes for Litecoin. Similar story here for Litecoin. The market is obviously showing interest at these levels. Demand is increasing. Also, XRP, another top crypto, saw a really nice bounce today. Although XRP is still sitting at some of the lowest prices it's seen over 2 years. But we are sitting within a major consolidation range, coming back into 2017 here, and XRP is finally getting support at these levels. But overall, a lot of these top altcoins, Ethereum, Litecoin, finding support at these levels. Bitcoin is beginning to trade sideways here, which is actually a really good sign overall. This is what we do in all other halving cycles, and if Bitcoin continues to trade sideways and sees an increase in demand at these levels and some stability, this would overall just be good for Bitcoin, remain within this upward sloping trend, and then break to the upside, retest the all-time highs, and then get that second parabolic advance before the next potential all-time high break. But the bulls need to hold above 6,400. If we break below 6,400, I would get very, very bearish on Bitcoin. Overall, though, things are looking okay right now. But that's all I have for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to sign up with the CryptoWatch platform using that link below. And I will see you all in the next video.